Hello and welcome back to the Instant Fame. We're so glad you've joined us for this important conversation today. It's always exciting to see a new post from a favorite celebrity, like Piper Perabo, especially when you're hoping for a glimpse of their life, perhaps a fun day at the beach or a relaxing moment by the pool. There's an anticipation for something lighthearted and enjoyable, a shared moment of sunshine and smiles. So, imagine that feeling of expectation, only to be met with content that feels off, not necessarily because of what it shows, but because of the context in which you're seeing it. The experience shifts from one of casual enjoyment to something that might make you uncomfortable or even concerned, not with the person in the image, but with the nature of the presentation itself. This is a scenario that plays out all too often online, where the lines between public share and private moment become dangerously blurred, leading to situations that are less about celebration and more about exploitation. Recently, this exact situation unfolded involving the actress Piper Perabo. Pictures surfaced online that were presented in a very specific, sensationalized way, but the story behind them is far more important than any clickbait headline. These images, which depicted Piper in a metallic bikini at what appeared to be a private poolside gathering with friends, were quickly plastered across various gossip and clickbait websites. The framing of these images was immediately provocative, with headlines screaming about content that was inappropriate or too revealing. For general audiences, the language used was designed to shock and entice, promising uncensored access and not safe for work material. This kind of presentation is the first red flag, indicating that what you are about to engage with may not be ethical content, and more importantly, it likely exists without the consent of the person depicted. The very fact that these terms are used as a clear signal that the content was never meant for public distribution in this manner. It is crucial to understand the origin of these photographs. They were not the product of a professional photo shoot for a magazine or a brand endorsement. They were not carefully curated images selected by Piper herself to share with her fans on her official social media channels. These were private photographs, candid snaps taken by friends during a moment of leisure and relaxation. They were digital mementos of a good time, intended for a private photo album or a closed group chat, not for the front page of a gossip site. They captured a personal moment of fun, one that involved laughter and conversation, not a pose session for public consumption. The context of their creation is everything. They are personal property, no different than a picture you might take with your own friends on a vacation. The violation occurs the moment these private tokens are extracted from their intended environment and thrust into the glaring spotlight of the internet without permission. The technical quality of the images as they appeared on these sites also tells a story. The strong midday sun, reflecting off the shiny fabric of the bikini, created a harsh glare that was unflattering and accentuated every line and contour in a way that was likely never intended by anyone present. Furthermore, these images were heavily altered and manipulated by the sites that published them. Through aggressive cropping, color enhancement, and contrast adjustment, the focus was shifted entirely. The background details that provided context, the friends laughing, the poolside setting, the overall atmosphere of a casual party were often edited out. The framing was tightened to eliminate Piper's face and her expressions of joy, focusing instead on isolated areas of the body. This deliberate editing transforms a harmless, friendly photo into something seemingly scandalous. It strips the image of its humanity and its story, reducing a person to a mere object in a frame, all to generate clicks and revenue. The repercussions of clicking on these links extend far beyond just seeing an image you might find surprising. These types of websites are often minefields for your digital safety. The moment you land on the page, you are often bombarded with aggressive pop-up ads, warnings about viruses on your device, and prompts to download suspicious software. These are classic tactics used by disreputable sites to generate ad revenue, or worse, to actually infect your device with malware or spyware. The risk to your personal data and the health of your computer or phone is very real. Engaging with this content doesn't just support a questionable industry. It actively puts your own digital security at risk. Protecting yourself involves recognizing these sites for what they are: digital traps that prioritize profit over everything else, including your privacy and security and the dignity of the people they exploit. But beyond the technical risks, we must consider the profound human impact. This is about Piper Perabo, a talented artist and an individual with a right to privacy. When these private photos are leaked and spread across the internet, it represents a massive violation of her personal autonomy and dignity. She is an adult, fully capable of deciding what images of herself she wants to share with the world. She has the agency to present herself professionally and personally on her own terms. This incident strips her of that agency. It takes away her power to control her own narrative and image. She is no longer seen as the complex, multifaceted person and professional artist that she is. Instead, she is reduced to a single, salacious headline. The action of seeking out and viewing these leaked photos, however curious one might be, inadvertently participates in this cycle of disrespect. It supports the ecosystem that profits from stealing and distorting private moments. So, what is the alternative? How can you be a supportive fan while also protecting your own digital well-being and respecting the boundaries of the people you admire? The path is straightforward and rooted in respect. Firstly, if you are interested in seeing personal or casual photos of Piper Perabo, the only place you should look is on her official, verified social media accounts. Any image she wants you to see, any moment she wishes to share with her fans, will be posted there directly by her or her team. This is content shared with consent, and engaging with it there supports her directly and respectfully. Secondly, make a conscious effort to ignore headlines that boast about exclusive leaks or uncensored photos. If something genuine and intended for public enjoyment is to be released, it will come through official channels. By refusing to click on these gossip links, you starve the negative cycle of the attention it craves. Your click is a form of currency. Spend it wisely on content that respects its subject. Thirdly, from a practical standpoint, equip your devices with reliable antivirus software and a good ad blocker. These tools help create a barrier between you and the more predatory elements of the internet, preventing dubious sites from loading properly and protecting your system from malicious software. This protects not only your data but also your peace of mind. By combining these practical steps with a more mindful approach to consuming online content, you become a more empowered and ethical user of the internet. You move from being a passive consumer of whatever is placed in front of you to an active participant in a more respectful digital culture. We hope this discussion has provided a clearer perspective on the importance of navigating online spaces with both caution and compassion. If this resonated with you, please feel free to share your own thoughts and experiences. Have you ever encountered a clickbait link and felt a sense of pride for avoiding it? Have you found better ways to support your favorite celebrities that don't involve prying into their private lives? Your stories can help others learn and make more informed choices. Pass this message along to someone who you think would benefit from this reminder. In a world that often encourages us to look without thinking, let's all strive to be more mindful, more respectful, and more kind in our digital interactions. Thanks for being here, and remember, the most fascinating journeys online begin with a single, respectful click.